So hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Shelly-Ann and I'm a certified executive high performance coach helping women sustain their success. Today I wanted to have a little chit chat with you on why does success feel heavier the higher you go and how you can carry it differently. And it's actually part of my series called Leading Beyond the Pressure. It's a 5-part series that is a conversation with you about your experience of success and how to really sustain your success without that pressure and burnout. So you may be a woman that has been on a winning streak. You are high achieving. Most of the goals that you commit to, you achieve, but you've also been feeling exhausted, burnt out, tired behind the scenes, and many people don't know that this is your reality. When you're ambitious, people think that every win feels like freedom. But you and I know that every win can sometimes feel like a trap. Because you're now the person that people are looking to. You're now the person that is setting the bar and creating the blueprint. And so you are expected to always be on. You are expected to always perform, to always deliver. When you create a brand for yourself that's always one of winning and of excellence, the higher you go, the more pressure you feel to constantly show up. And all of a sudden, now you're winning and your success is not just a social media post or reels or shorts, but now it's performance. You're performing for people. You're performing for their expectations. And you're no longer moving from a place of personal alignment. You're now really moving from a place of keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the identity that you've created for yourself. And this is one of the reasons why success may be feeling heavy to you, because you have spent years creating a level of success for yourself, and now you feel trapped by that success identity. Now you feel like you can't turn off. Now you feel like you've created expectations. So you have to do the post and you have to do the big things and you have to launch the offers. And the question really is this what you really want to do? Is this what success is really going to look like in this level of success? Honestly, the weight doesn't come from the work itself. It comes so much from the mental pressure that you place on yourself to perform and to show up. And I can relate with that so deeply because I once was there. Before I became a business owner and a high performance coach, I was a prosecutor. I was in the legal arena for up to 5 years. And I felt the pressure to always show up professional, polished, to always know it all, to always have the answers. And there came a point where it didn't feel successful to me anymore. It just felt like I was playing a role that I outgrew. And I just want to say this, just because your success feels weighty, overwhelming, or stifling, it doesn't mean that you are not grateful. It just really means that your success needs redefining. And I think every woman experiences that as she climbs her ladder of success. You know, I used to think that success was doing many things. I used to think that success was multitasking, doing all of the things I could put my hands on, until I realized that that actually was not success. That was me overworking myself. That was me being on the brink of burnout. That was me trying to prove myself in so many areas of my life and in my career. And that was my own pressure. And so when I moved into becoming a business owner, when I moved into leading people in my business, I realized that I could not carry people to that definition of success because I no longer subscribe to it. That meant I had to redefine it on a deep and personal level and be okay with people seeing me as slowing down or seeing me as no longer being the go-getter or the hustler. And I was okay with that. So how do we redefine our success and carry it differently? Not carry it like it's a burden and a chore and a task, but carry it with honor, with grace, with femininity, with the deep levels of embodiment. There are 3 things that I would love for you to learn so that you can carry your success differently. And it's not about success being the definition of carrying more, right? Because when you get to a level of success, sometimes you can feel like I'm carrying so much and I don't have enough hands, legs to carry it all. But it's not about how much you're carrying, it's the way in which you're carrying it. It's like you can't expect to have a bicycle to carry all of the things that God has gifted you in terms of your talents and your success. You might need a 4x4 truck, or you might need a wagon to be able to store these things. It's how you're carrying it, right? Think of it in that way. And so there are 3 areas that I want you to learn about carrying your success differently. And number 1 is redistributing the load of your success. This means building systems, teams, rhythms, and having all hands on deck to help you carry the load. Because just because you can lift a heavy table doesn't mean that you are supposed to carry the heavy table alone. There is help, right? You got to start to recognize that your success requires resource. I say this all of the time. Asking for help is a woman's superpower. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It is when a woman recognizes that she has the ability to change her experience by calling forth help, and aligned help that is willing and ready to come to her aid. This is not weakness. This is resourcefulness. This is a superpower. And this is how a woman sustains her success and allows herself to rest in her brilliance, because she recognizes the importance of delegation and hiring. And I just want to give you a little personal story. When I moved to Atlanta and I got my office, I recognized that there was so much on my plate that I wanted to accomplish, and I absolutely needed help. Now, the business has an executive assistant, but I realized on a personal level that I needed personal help. That meant that I needed to have a personal assistant who can help me with the day-to-day runnings of my own tasks, who can help me with the day-to-day runnings of my social media, my content, my appearances, my events. It was for me to accept that that type of help was needed for my next level. And my personal assistant can tell you, when she first started with me, I didn't even know how to allow her to help me. Like, I was so bad at that, because everything that she was supposed to do, I wanted to do it. I would constantly step in. I would constantly micromanage. I would constantly do it myself. She had to also constantly say, no, let me do it. You don't have to do this. Let me do my job. She taught me how to receive help. And I say that because so many of us need the help. We know we need the help, but we are not asking for the help, and we're not allowing the help to help us. The second thing that I want you to learn is you've got to redefine strength. There is nothing cute, there is nothing noble, there is nothing grand about being able to carry it all as a woman. Quite frankly, when I hear women say that they are carrying it all, I just see a woman that doesn't know how to ask for help, doesn't know how to receive help, and allows herself to be burdened. There is nothing soft, cute, and sustainable about carrying it all, because we were not designed to carry it all, not even men. And so strength is not grinding through exhaustion. Strength is not continuing to show up even though you're burnt out. Strength is really in your sacred nose, your ability to sit out on things that you don't have the energetic capacity for, your ability to implement your boundaries and to protect your energy reserves. That's really what makes your success sustainable. Your ability to see strength in the pause. And I know that that can be really difficult for you, because you're just so good at carrying it all and doing it all on your own. And you've created a level of success by doing it all on your own. But I just want you to also remember this. This new level of success that you're stepping into requires more hands on deck. It requires more help. It requires more energy management. And the higher you climb your ladder of success, the higher the stakes are for you to burn out. So energy management at this time is going to be critical for you to learn. Saying no doesn't mean that you are cheating yourself out of opportunities or you're denying yourself your next fulfillment. It's not that. Saying no is not right now. When you say no, you're making space for a yes. When you're saying no, you're saying yes to something that you absolutely have the bandwidth for. And finally, learn to root your success in your identity and not in your image. Identity has so much more depth to it because it allows you to say to the world, this is how I would like to be perceived. This is how I would like to be identified. This is how I would like to take space up, rather than creating it from an image that always has to be perfectly polished, that always needs to fit into a cookie cutter mold, and always feels very performative. Yes, your image absolutely contributes to your identity, but your identity has so much more depth and complexity to it. When your success is really rooted in who you are and not what you perform, you really feel a large weight lifted off of you because you can finally show up as 100% unadulterated, authentic you. And I'm gonna say this, I have really had to be okay with being 100% authentically me when it comes to my branding, when it comes to my social media. Most of my content, yes, I'm well polished, but then there are some pieces of content where I am not well polished. I'm home with my beloved or my baby. I am enjoying my life offline and I'm sharing that with my audience. I'm also okay with talking about the things I'm going through, the difficulties. I'm very vulnerable with my audience because at the end of the day, I want my audience to remember that I am human just like you. I experience difficult things too. I am trying new things. I am expanding my horizons and growing as an individual and as a person. And it's important for your audience to always remember that about you. Success should not always feel like you have to be perfect every single day, because then you're creating not a person, but a machine. And quite frankly, perfection can be found in AI and in all of these platforms that are artificially generated. I just want to be me. I want to be imperfect. I want to be flawed because that is the beauty of being human. When I learned that success is always going to feel weighty and that's a feeling that I can't necessarily escape because that comes with the weight of your blessings, that comes with the weight of your anointing, I really started to focus on how can I carry it differently? How can I ensure that my legs are strong enough to carry the weight? How can I ensure that my mind is clear enough to see my next path, to see my next move? And I just want you to know that the goal is not to try to make your success feel lighter. The goal is to try to make your body feel more comfortable and fulfilled with the weight of success that you carry. Success is a blessing. Success is a dream come true. And I don't want you to forget that. Don't feel like you have to sacrifice one thing for another to be able to enjoy your success. No, you just have to learn how can I carry it differently. And carrying it differently means that you have stronger boundaries. It means that you manage your energy better. It means that you allow yourself to not always perform and to be present with your success. It means that you go at a slower pace as well. You know, the more that you have to carry, you can't run the same pace. Sometimes it requires slowing down because if you continue running at that very fast pace with more load, you can injure yourself, right? You can hurt yourself. So learning to carry your success differently is going to be critical to you enjoying success and moving through your different levels of success with deep joy, gratitude, and excitement. If this video resonated with you, do give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments about what it is really made a perspective shift for you from this conversation today. And if you are ready to go deeper in the ways that you can achieve, maintain, and sustain your success for true leadership embodiment, then do check out the link below on how to work with me in my one-to-one coaching program, Beyond the Peak. I'd love to hold space with you to see you rise to your next level of success. And until next time, you are light, you are so much of love, and you are destined for greatness. Go bravely and see you in another video.